It was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
Oh, yes. Dickens!
Dickens! Yes, no. This is not going to be a Charles Dickens game. This is an improv game where I'm going to tell a story. And I'm going to let it just start, and after a little bit, Fred, who has the bell, is going to ring it. When he rings it, the first time, I have to switch the story so it's the best of times. Everything that happens in the story is great. When he rings it again, we switch to the worst of times, where things suddenly take a turn for the worse and everything's bad. And then he'll keep ringing it, and we'll keep switching between the good and the bad. And what you'll see is how the story has to be justified and keep moving and everything makes sense.
Sounds good.
Christopher was excited because today he was going to be getting a promotion. He had been working for this promotion for so long, and he was excited because he was going to get a raise and his work was finally going to be rewarded. Unfortunately, when he walked into his boss's office, his boss had a deep, dark look on his face and said, "Chris, I know you think you were getting a promotion today, but instead we're going to fire you." Chris said, "You know what? I'm going to turn lemons into lemonade. You can fire me even though I deserve a promotion. I'm going to start my own competing law firm, and I'm probably going to go bankrupt because I don't know anything about how to run a law firm. But I can take a seminar. I can go to a Fred Gleek seminar where I will learn everything I need to know about running a business. But I can't afford the money for a seminar," thought Chris. I can't even do that, so I need to maybe try to go and just ask someone on the street to help me." Chris did this, but the first person he met on the street happened to be a very successful entrepreneur who said, "I too used to be a lawyer who was screwed over, and I am going to help you put them out of business." Unfortunately, this entrepreneur who's very successful was also a crazy mass serial killer, and he had a great big house because he had killed people and stolen their money. And so Chris could now live with this serial killer and really learn the ways of how to make money by killing people. The end. Alright, so, simple game, and a lot of improv games are really all about switching midstream, and that's what this one is about. You start telling a story, you hit best of times, so everything in your mind is headed in this direction to make things good.
Now, the other thing here is when people start doing this exercise, I would imagine there's a lot of times where people, once they have to switch, take what they were just doing and reversing it, which is not what you're trying to do. You're trying to move the story forward, correct?
Correct. So if it was, and he was, in the worst of times, like, "You know what, Chris, you're going to be fired instead of promoted." And then ding to the best of times, and then the boss said, "Oh, you know what, I changed my mind. I decided
to promote you to president."
Yeah, we're going to promote you. So, yeah, it's not about undoing, it's about moving things forward. And constantly weaving things back. Again, here the storyline started with Chris wanting to get revenge on his law firm. Even when he ended up a serial killer, if we had more time, he probably would have taken the serial killer and got back. And, so it keeps forcing you off course, which is moving you into new ground, which is really where all the exciting stuff happens.
Good.